And I did that a couple of years ago. I did that song in this little town called Lewis outside of Brighton. And the promoter called me a couple of days before the show, and he goes, Rod, I got some good news and I got some bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, I sold 40 tickets to your show today to one guy. And I was like, wow, that's fantastic. How could that possibly be bad? You know, 40 tickets, that's good. He said, well, he really wanted to make sure that you were from Nashville. I said, yeah, I've lived in Nashville for years and years. You know, He said, well, you know, he was really insisting that you had to be from Nashville if he was going to buy these 40 tickets. I said, yeah, so what's the problem? He said, well, I think he's bringing a bunch of people to country line dance. I see what you're saying, Mike. I see what you're saying. I said, don't worry about it. We'll think of something. We'll think of something. So I had a band with me for that tour. I had a whole, you know, rhythm section. I had a drummer and bass player and a guitar player. And so we were racking our brains for, you know, we did a couple shows and we couldn't find anything in the set that we could conceivably, that you could country line dance to. And we just couldn't come up with anything. And then we were doing the sound check for the show that night, and I started sound checking with that. And the drummer started hitting the kick, just the kick drum. And we were like, that's it. That's it. That's our tune. We've got one song for these people. We've got one song for them. So we strategically placed it in the middle of the set, and we waited, you know, and then we made a big thing. If you're going to dance, this is the song to dance to, you know. And I started that thing, and the drummer did the thing, and they all came out. All 40 of them came out in the middle of the room. They did the whole thing. They had fringe and they had hats on. It was glorious. It was glorious. The only thing was we only had the one song, so we had to play it in a loop over and over and over, which we did. And I'm not kidding, we played it about a dozen times. And I remember on like the 10th time through, I started that, you know, I was like, I hope you like that guitar lick, because here it comes again. And we just wore their ass out on Gunshot Dog. They just danced and danced. It's true, that's all true. You do what you can, you know? Okay. This was a request. I don't play it much, so I'm going to try it. Why do singers insist on telling you that they're going to fail miserably right before they... I don't know why we have an instinct to do that. This is going to be horrible. It's going to really be poor. I'm going to subject you to it. What kind of thing is that? That doesn't happen in other parts of your life, does it? You don't meet somebody and be like, yeah, I'm really not going to be a good friend, but yeah, I guess we're doing this, you know. People don't bring you food like, hey, that soup isn't very good, but here you go, you ordered it. It just occurred to me. And the other one, why do people go, why do singers go, it goes something like this? Just fucking play it like it goes. Play it exactly the way it's supposed to go. Give me a half-ass version just because I can't remember it. Mexican boy called your name. He wanted you there on the passenger side, with the saints hanging down from the chain. Those boys got too much pride. Do you know where your heart's gonna fly? Did you know so much time was passing you by? And would you take it all back if you could? Wonder if you would. Say something in Spanish for me. So you had to keep your eyes low. Some things you don't want to see. When the words came to who do you know nothing but me, babe. Do you know where your heart's gonna fly? Did you know so much time was passing you by? Would you take it all back if you could? Wonder if you would say something in Spanish for me. Hold on, I'm coming. Let the 15s keep on drumming that song a little bit longer. Baby, hold on. A star falling out of the sky, like a night bird singing his song. Some things you just can't keep, they're just gone. Do you know where your heart's gonna fly? Did you know so much time was passing you by? Would you take it all back if you could? Wonder if you would. Do you know where your heart's gonna fly? Did you know so much time was passing you by? Would you take it all back if you could? Wonder if you would say something in Spanish for me.